on the budget, we have $100,000 coming from fines. And the way it sounded to me, that the budget says everything that we get from the police department is gonna go to the police department, so we're gonna be losing $100,000.
Well,
Actually, I think, isn't there a law, Mark, on, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's only a percentage that can go to the police department of the fines that we pay?
Correct, there are.
So we won't be getting, the police department won't be getting the full 100%.
But what you want to avoid is a police department that's heavily funded by citations, because the fines are quota. And you don't want to create a situation where your officers are having to write tickets
To get
to get
paid.
paid.
Well, I don't want that, that's why I'm saying we're hiring too many people too fast, too soon. That's what I think. We need to go at it slow, it's supposed to change, all kinds of things. I know, I like, buying the cars is fine, because I'm going to be, new cars, because they're already worn out. My point is, I don't think we need 4 deputies and then 2 other people to head over 2 square mile area, and we're gonna have reserves as well. So I think I'd like to slow down a little bit on hiring that many people.
Okay, the only thing with that is that in order to get back up to our status where we were a few months ago, where we're making our own calls over our own police department, is that we need a total of 20 deputies, reserve and paid. And the reason for the amount of paid people is because you gotta have a paid person on each shift. That's gonna more or less gonna be your senior officer on that shift. He's gonna guide the reserves. The reserves are not real dependable all the time either. So at least you know you're gonna have a paid officer to cover your 1.8 square miles city. That was the reason for that.
I don't know, it just seems to me like we're going a bit too fast, and we're gonna change the cars, we're gonna change everything, and then the way you're gonna do the warrants, all that's new as well.
there's this, I'm telling you, this license plate reader that we're getting is gonna generate, God willing, a lot of money. And right now, we're just putting it on one vehicle. It's gonna generate a lot of money, which means a lot of money is gonna be coming to the city.
I understand that, I'm just
But you
saying.
gotta have and right now, what they're gonna do is they're gonna have 2 people in the car at one time. So, which is gonna be the full-time and then the reservist.
Okay.
So, because what we're trying to do is get all these people up to where they need to be. We're needing any more, pulling over because you stop,
The marshal already explained that they're not gonna be doing that,
Right.
they're not gonna be harassing anybody, they're not gonna be doing lights in front of people's houses, none of that stuff, which is good. My only point is, I think we're going too fast on hiring a lot of people. And we're already gonna impose the 23 cents on taxes on people, we just passed, or fixing to whenever it gets all the information. And the budget is not right. Not only that, we've had 1 hearing only, and it was one of the ones that we put null and void. I don't even know what happened.
we had 2 hearings.
Well, I think we should have another hearing, ready to do on the budget. I'd like to wait.
On the budget or the,
On the budget, and have people come and find out what the police department's gonna do, and how it's gonna affect us, and what do they don't want? I mean, we're supposed to be open, and let
we had a workshop, it was posted.
One of the workshops that we had was one of those meetings that nobody came to. It was canceled and uncanceled, it was on October 16th. Anyway, I think it would be a better idea to do another public hearing before we pass this budget.
It's like, we can't keep having hearings just because people don't show up. Yeah, I mean, that's.
People didn't want to go to the MGM, they were afraid to go in there. I was afraid to go in there. I really would like to have another hearing, just one more on the budget.
I keep telling you, with this budget was supposed to be passed by September 30th. We're going we're in December and it's still not passed.
And I know, and we have to, what about the auditors? We still don't know exactly where we're at.
I gave you the financials, all the exactly what's in the bank accounts.
Yeah, but we need to have the auditors finish as well.
Do you know when the auditors are going to be done, Jean?
Yeah.
We were 2 years, now 3 years out from audits because the books were so sloppy. Nothing was done right. And now we had to put everything together. It took time for us to put everything together. Janie worked her fanny
I
on it.
know, and I'm glad, thank you, Jane.
And now the auditors have it and they're trying to get everything in order so that they can get the audit done.
My point is this, The meetings that we had before, a lot of people didn't come to. They didn't want to come to those meetings.
Because what?
Lots of reasons. The contention, the place. I was scared to go in there. There was no one way out and that was it. I know a lot of them. I'm not saying that they're all gonna show up to this one. I'm just saying that give people an opportunity, make sure we post it somewhere where everybody can see it. Let them find out that we're gonna start paying taxes.
It was posted at the post office. I don't know where else to
Yeah,
post it.
well, I don't know either, but we'll have to figure something out. Anyway, that's what I would like.
Well, then I guess the only time we could have one would be next month, or we can start that meeting at 6:30. And you can postpone meetings at the same time, we'll have one meeting, and then after that, we can,
And I want to let everybody know that we're going to hire 6 paid officers and how it's going to affect us. And taxes are really supposed to be going for our sewer. Our sewer is going to be very costly. And I don't know. I just feel like we're going too fast and too
Well,
expensive on paid officers is my concern. Not the cars, not the thing to do the license and all that kind of stuff. It's the people that we're going to have to pay. We're hiring 4 extra deputies. Not
Not
just 2.
for extra, there's somebody's gotta be in the cars, vehicles.
Well, we have reservists. We have 2 people that are going to run
But,
it.
we're trying, you can't depend on the reservists all the time. They're not trained like how we're gonna do, we're gonna get all these officers FTO'd.
We're not going to have anybody running around all over the whole place because, anyway. I would like to have another hearing on the budget. And that's.
Okay, that's the last hearing. We're not gonna do that anymore.
I think we need a motion.
You
Go
do have
ahead,
an
make it.
item on item 7 for action on the budget. So my recommendation is either you can table it, if the consensus of the commission is to have a hearing, that you table this
This one?
item
Okay.
for a later date, an agreed upon date, after which you've had a hearing.
Okay.
And then, of course, the commission needs to set a hearing. You can have a hearing prior to a meeting,
Yes.
and that's not unusual. So for example, if your meeting's at 7, your regular meeting, you can set a public hearing at 6 or 5:30 with sufficient time to discuss the budget and have public input, have your hearing, and go straight into your meeting, and you can pick this item up. That's what the wish is.
Okay.
Okay, I'd like to table this item, bring it back at our next regular scheduled meeting in January, along with a hearing to start at 6 o'clock. The hearing will be, on the budget will be at 6 o'clock, and our regular meeting will start at 7.
That's it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, discussion and possible action on the cop sync bill that is due in the amount of $9,000 plus and all matters related. Janie, do you want, do you want to talk about the cop sync bill?
I didn't talk to Karen. The only thing that Karen did tell me was, there was changes made. Due to those changes, they charged fees, and so forth. When I got the bill, she had to have one of the marshals call one of the deputies, and I gave it to, I don't know who took it up, was it Pedro?
What happened is when the fire marshal dropped the deputies, the cop sync charged $450 per officer to drop them.
And there were 21 deputies dropped?
It was, about 20 deputies were dropped. So that's 400 times 20,
Can we,
about 420.
can we
450
contest
times-
that bill? Can we contest that?
I think we contest it, just
Just to
talk
try?
to
We can test it, if not, we can always make payment arrangements, but it's a bill
Well,
that occurred
first
because of the.
of all, I need to ask the attorney. For somebody to drop officers off of a like something like cop sync, do you know what that is?
I need to look at this file to find out what.
what does the contract say? Do you know what the
I'd like to
contract
look at the
says?
contract. if you
Yeah,
got
we
it.
have a copy.
You need a contract?
Contract.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing that will bill us.
Okay, the contract and the bill. Well, my thing is, the person that did it was not a law enforcement officer. T. Cole doesn't even acknowledge him as a law enforcement officer.
We really didn't have the right.
So really, he did not have the right to drop them off. So I'll get that for you, and I'll get you the contract.
You can do that, we'll have a more fruitful discussion about what your options are.
Okay.
So we bring this back?
Okay, put that one on. We'll bring it
Do you
back.
have the file on Hedron?
Not with me, but I can bring it to you.
Okay. No, but if we get off the routine, but.
When we went through the process of F5ing, which is separation from the department, Chico did not recognize that
Exactly.
officer
Yeah,
because he
he's
wasn't
not an officer.
Chico
He's not an officer.
certified.
That's
In
my,
other
So-
words, he was an officer.
I gotta take it away from me like in school.
He
Okay.
was an officer, DPS officer, but he failed to keep his hours,
Just
and
trying
you have to keep current hours. If not, your active, your license becomes inactive. So his was inactive. When he was hired, he didn't have an active Chico license. So. when
And
I-
he is the commissioning officer that sent through correspondence to Picos in Austin,
That's correct.
the F5s, he signed them all.
No, on the officer that he dropped, yes, he did sign,
And at the time he signed them, he did not have the requisite number of hours.
correct.
Yeah, that's gonna be an issue. Because as you know, those F5s are
It's a legal document.
they're strictly governed by the regulation.
He should have never been hired.
Yeah, well, when you hire somebody that can't wear a badge, can't carry a gun, can't,
You don't have law enforcement, you hire him as an advisor, I guess, but other than that, there's nothing else he can, and even police officers don't want to take it.
okay, I'll get you the contract and the background on him.
I'd recommend that the commission table item 7.
Okay. Is there a motion?
What
On
did we
number
table
7.
again?
Number
Oh,
7.
yes, I make a motion that we table number 7.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Number 9, discussion of possible action getting all outstanding FTOs failure to appear, input as warrants, and for this to be standard with all FTOs in the future and all matters related. We have,
Oh, please. No, I'm sorry, go ahead.
we have, if we get all the failure to appears put in, right now they're just in dormant status. If we get all those failure to appears, put into warrants, that generates $163,000.
It's a tremendous revenue source, no doubt about it.
So, did you give it to him?
I think so.
Yeah, it's $163,000 that is owed to the city, basically. So if we get all those FTOs turned into warrants, then we'll get the revenue that we're supposed to be getting.
Okay, well then we'll discuss then as to how we're going to do it.
Jake, we've already learned how to do
I
it.
already learned how, this is something I've done already.
Yeah, but what exactly are you doing?
Turning the, failure to appears to warrants.
Okay, and then you give it to the police department?
Yes, I give it to them and they take it to the judge to sign and then they can.
And these are the warrants that were issued in our city? Okay, good.
Let me ask you, the FTOs, are they after they came to court, or they just never showed up?
They never showed up.
They never showed up.
And these especially that I'm already working on, they've received postcards already as well, or letters, and they still haven't shown up. We have,
Okay, every time you send a letter, make sure you make a copy and statement to it, and put a file.
yes.
Because when we do arrest them, they're gonna want a copy of all.
Madam Mayor, can I ask permission to have Albert Tovar provide some insight on how these warrants are issued? And
Sure,
what happens
sure.
in this court? Albert, you know, he served as, he served as prosecutor before for the city of Von Ormy, so he has.
I guess I would just need some clarification, Jenny. You're gonna be issuing these to, who's the authority that's gonna be doing your arrest? Would it be the marshal?
The police department.
That's fine. I mean, that's a good idea. Like Mark said, it's a tremendous revenue generator. There's a lot of dead money out there that can be collected.
Let me ask you this, does it change from marshal to the police department, is that gonna make
No,
no
it's
difference?
what matters.
It's not gonna matter.
I just want to make sure that we have both the failures to appear. There's two different violations. One is the failure to appear, the other is the violation promise to appear, VTPA. And I think the FTAs are issued with regard to traffic type violations, and the VTPA is a non-traffic class C. But they're all new class C offenses, so we want to make sure we get both of them input into the system.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great.
Madam Mayor, clarification, you've retained us, and we're very honored to work with you and the city of Von Ormy. Am I to understand that you would approve Albert Tovar serving as the prosecutor to start this procedure? Is that the wish of the commission?
Well,
We just want to be clear so that if you want us to do it, that we get on it right away. If you don't, then
okay, well, right now we do have a court prosecutor, but Albert, if you wanna, be the prosecutor for these, we'd love to have you do that.
It'd be really the only thing being prosecuted. I mean, there's other Class C misdemeanors that can come before the court. But if you have a prosecutor now handling those, that would fall under what they're doing.
What they're doing now?
We're here to assist however the commission directs us to.
You let us know, I just wanted clarification because, we're diligent in what we do. If you want us to do it, Albert will get on it right away. If you want your other prosecutor to handle it, that's fine too. We'll work with him in whatever way you want.
Okay, can I get back to you tomorrow?
Most certainly.
Okay, all right. Then can we have a motion on getting all outstanding failure to appears,
I'm not ready. I have a
Okay,
question.
go ahead.
I didn't have too much to do with municipal court, but now that we're this, I've learned a lot of things. And I know a lot of people, because our phones were changed, I don't know how many calls I've heard or talked about or something, that didn't get an opportunity to come, nobody answered the phone at that time, when things are better now, but if any of those people are in this list.
Oh, no. I wrote that apart.
You did?
Yes, I wrote
Okay.
that apart, yes. Right now, I'm just from 2014 on backwards, just to make sure that we're clear.
Okay.
And then when we get into 2015, I'll, do some digging and research.
She answered my question.
Okay.
I know where you were headed.
Okay, can I have a motion, please?
No, yes, ma'am.
Can I have a motion to get all outstanding FTOs to be input as warrants?
So moved.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Ayes have it. Number 10, discussion of possible action on approving minutes of November 23rd, 2015.
Okay, you got another copy? You got another copy?
Do you have another copy?
You should have them in the packet.
So you might have it in the back. Any correction? I didn't see anything wrong.
You didn't see anything wrong?
I'll make a motion, we accept the minutes from November 23rd, 2015.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, we already did number 11. Number 12, discussion of possible action consulting with attorney as to what constitutes a quorum with the commission and all matters related in a work.
Number 12. Well, you have the choice, Commissioners, Mayor. You can receive advice in executive session, which is traditional, or you can address this question here in the open. So you tell me how you want to handle it.
You want to look second?
I recommend it.
Okay, let's go executive. We're going to adjourn. Janie, what time is it?
7:49.
We're going to adjourn to executive session at 7:49, and we'll be back.
Madam Mayor, can you please announce if it'll be pursuant to 551.071?
It's pursuant to 551.071,
Consultation with attorney.
consultation with the attorney. I apologize, I didn't know that.